Samaba. Na Sawachi Konkoya. Natural Samaba. Na Sawachi Konkoya. Natural Samaba.
Asabna bana ebini se. Samanya ECG. Womu boss fufure ya ye friend Mahama. Mwanya na mena anya na dwuma. Amna mwabu esika no a dum so na motai edi twampoa e wo mamu ha no. Ghana beye na nado abaye ebesamba. Wonam en wo boa. Said a baya won benya sika no mudi atua independent power producers. Mudi omuka 1 billion. Mudi omuka 1 billion Ghana cedis. And maybe a mubetria independent power producers ne kano. Wonim di omugina so editri omuka. Womugina o my Ghana yesika yesidi no na ho den ene said yesitie na ho den wo de toto eye amama hodo esika na eye exchange rate no. Eno ne yegina so editria independent power producers ne ka. Ye de omuka 1 billion. Sabre sidi yare aye hata. Eti amaboa no e ka na eda ho no aye kese. Enam se sidi na ye hata nti ama ka na eda ho no aye kese eti sika bia o meyo madwen se wo mbekwa akotua independent power producers no enam se sidi na ho ode aba fom nti aye kakraka eda ho abeya sudi abeya adeso kese so eye omomo ebo ahwe se ye nyinam kane no begina so owura Mahama nam enu wo twitwa state institutions ahodo a wo modedede ECG ka what you trouble light said a beya one bed rabbit moka and a man for a friend and so on your day. More friends on your day. Mungano no yana juma. I can share ye. Emma Sidi Nina Huadia and Kabia Yenum Pembezoe. And I meet here honorable John Jinapo, former deputy power minister. What's that dream was say? John Mahama pencil, a bit of Sadia were done in when you know. Yomian say institutions are Hodua or Muyusu postpaid meter no. Womo share say one betu na mo bi no mu nyina use prepaid meter and they will see kada sa na light them ma mo for prepaid meter mo mu nyina eso ewiase konanim na munya atete kwasam no sa atete kwasam we eno na nam so a o my Ghana sika e wo say bedi boto bi ma ye betimi de atu na mo na bo Ghana fo ho ban no e say enyunu gukwa na amafo hwia light amafo hwio man no ejapade munjai Mahama no anya na djuma ye beba president Mahama so but independent power producers no de wo mo say saman duo mo ka e ka na da ho no man di ho djuma oh envidie no eno aso madundum no o mo mama nyinam kanea na dum so ya mampanyi gina independence day parade ase na wodi twampoa so man no ba bia ye duru anya bia no ye ni dum so mu no sa dum so na mudi twampoa no ebe samba eti anama wo so butu sabre ene se bu be pesika na mudi ama independent power producers no mudi o muka 1 billion ye de ba da sa afen wura ha sei enyinam kane ani gina so a odwuma ye ni no titiri odua bia mfidi nyuma no wo betima ye production na watima produce enzuo bi te se X natural mineral water me ye free botom is a X natural mineral water ya yes sachet eti wabra wa produce X natural mineral water yi ne butai ne se wo beton na wanya mfaso bi wo sabre ya sikasama ye den na tiade bi a ye de ye Ghana dwuma ye ni no Ghana ni na wo pie na dwuma wo fa nkofo adwuma no hwade bi hwa yakayaka de bi a ye de ba ye no wo ma introduce embransu suye bi awo Ghana mrase bedwafie a me ye sure say na mu bebobo ho no ma di ho komo no ma hwɛ sa namonto bi bekoso a sa embransu suye ye o ma introduce ni din ede eye excise tax amendment bill 2022 excise tax amendment bill 2022 na de kan say e de to ahodo ene ba betoto enoma ye produce wo Ghana ti say sachet water ye kura mi eto akese ne de toto so na adwumayfo no bebre aba bonte abeka say eye twamene nto a ebe ha wo mo say mrase bedwafo mo ho kwan no mo gi sa de yi tumpe ebeba begugu nyuma bebre yakwa homano so Ghana Federation of Labor wo muka eye aba wo muka nyumaku ahodo a omo aba abonten abesi gina se mrase bedwafo ntu wanamo no mu si saa de we ho kwan owura Ibrahim Kumsen ene da GFL ano yakwa nche na etu yi sade ne nkyerase esitie ne nsusuaso esitie no woncheche mu na de opese mrase bedwafo no ye no ye nterenka Father Abraham ye mo achebo akwa aba
omo Joseph Kwame
me da se pass wa Japan ye so ne be kasa asa ne ye be ko ensama hodo a me wo ma wo no satway chemu cheye ne tebia te sei edi enti no mo de ba esunsuaso ne ye de yi
now can you 20% excise tax now on the no you no go almost another one big 5%. Almost special levy on profit before tax on all companies to be known as growth and sustainability levy. That is different from the other one. Now me who say ni da hu aban ufurata intentional. They want to destroy the economy because so to me go that's what they have achieved their objective. That's all. Obi obakase bia woman nim they know o ma sheda no mo yesa do yi enche we hu bi abi video bia MPB na or complain bitterly. Say Ofurata came to them in parliament to come and lobby. Say woman man e levy.
Yeah.
Now woman e levy now. There's no way they will go to IMF.
Yeah.
And see, the MP was really, you came to us, we have, and look at the battle, the fight that they fought there in Parliament before they could get this levy through. Then, the promise or the assurance, I would say, won't call IMF. And you are at IMF.
Yeah.
And you know, they don't understand why the man is behaving the way he's behaving. Because after that, you know, they were bringing more taxes. No, what do you call parliament? But me, I blame the parliamentarians, honestly. Because they are representing the people. Anthony, policy there, more money to Puno. They have the right to stop it. Well, because when you're MPP, your money now, and you are representing us.
Yeah.
So if you don't consult or if you don't listen,
but the counter arguments I and say, baby, I drew no mind now. You are when you hear mu and one be here so my Ghana buying a bit my boy Sicano, and yet towards your council no bit my fossil at my yes I was abre ya bedu salmon I don't go even though honorable using watch entry census yen say oh ye levy no more can say babaji and so you IMF yenya IMF when you say at what your council you bet my fossil and yes kakra one yet with your bobbers or mine.
Kwame, I will list about 17 levies, taxes are already no one. Who import materials, raw materials, you pay import duty, you pay import VAT, you pay national health insurance, you pay debt fund, COVID levy, net charges, ECOWAS levy, cheapest levy, Ministry of Trade 1B, 1F fee, disinfection fee, special exim levy, inspection levy, AU levy, coming in $1 in there.
AU levy.
So what is it?
Wow.
How? Why do you behave like this? So if Parliament is there, and they will allow Ofurata for his own, because what he's doing, you know, look, Obi Obaka say they don't know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. Ofurata wants to wreck the economy for his own personal reasons. And so Parliament should sit there and give in to all these things. Because we won't blame Ofurata, we will blame the MPs. We will blame the MPs.
Money and so more resist it. Momo ma some ransus ekra enya home ekra wo mraso bedwafie.
At all, because you see, also okay, yes, why a campaign, why elect you to be an MP? You go there, you forget about the people that who sent you there to go and represent their interests. What interests are they representing? Look, this government, look, they pull down hospital.
Yeah, La General
They
Hospital.
destroyed the trade fair. Look at this national cathedral. The infrastructure that they destroyed there. So don't say these people are over there to destroy, not to build anything. So this is what Ghanaians must know. Say, it is not by mistake. It's not by maybe a woman. They know what they are doing. Yeah. They want to impoverish everybody in this country.
And Father Abraham, this is coming at a time. Google banks are hot war. Na amanfo bebre ano mo ye adwuma ho no mo nyina eni adwuma mo ye na kakra nso aka was ye bo ho ban no so eno so ye di udwa but then again I wonder what happened to the so-called call say ye the nuisance taxes ye ba ye be di udwuma. What happened to that call?
And last time who say namsi we anya be sama but we know ade awoye no say deliberate. You have come to destroy this bank and go far. Managers are officer. You have to seek proper permit to see them. They are driving Uber. Most of the staff they are over there in town. Then you have to be, just roaming about in town. And they are happy. There are some human beings like that. So when somebody is suffering now, that is where they feel that. Yes, no. But let me tell you. See, but their end, will be so miserable. Nature will deal with them in a manner that they will regret. But see, so sometimes, we have seen so many things in life. And if you see somebody behaving the way the person behaves, I only pray. Okay. But if they don't stop and they continue there, they will suffer. They will suffer. Suffering will trickle down to one generation. I'm telling you, very wicked, destructive. Kwame, I want you to impress upon the MPs. We hear NBC, here MPP. Collectively, they should tell what I said. Look, we can no longer do your bidding, so that you will mess up with the funds that you generate through what we have done for you. Yeah. But the man is confused. Look, or China, I don't know whether he has a friend from China. You are begging left, right. The German ambassador was advising you. Yeah. So the president stands in parliament and attacks this man. Are they normal? Are they really normal? You can understand them. Look, I will wait that the MPs, they fight there in parliament. They should fight and fight. Or be on the means that the person has mental issue. They should deal with the person. I wish they will open the parliament for everybody. They will march the workers to go there and deal with them. Why? What is this?
Because on a trade and industry minister, Kadi Asabafa Industries won the anchor was on the champion no di wujuma. Not just Alan Jamatia Mwamwa.
Alan, what is me DP? So, over me, open me. What's up, sir? Who should be here? Yeah. Alan, me achievement, but at all. If you take my DP, you see that Alan's achievement is boldly portrayed there. And the one they said, and throw. For how long can you do this? Look, me, the MPs are the people that I am relying on. They should allow this government to push them to do things. It will affect they themselves, their fortunes, when they get back to their constituencies. Otherwise, we will also use our network to make sure that they are rejected in their various constituencies.
Very well. Father Abraham comes to Meadow Ase, Yemfancy, Meadow Ase, Pano Bre, and Wadaja, when Yamai, and nothing so Chimusa, what your brave first a minute to a year. Womode Baba to a man for Matitu, Muboremu, a baby, and feeding you my wood war. No more produce, no more bit to say, ex natural man, water, ne, and sure ne, a normal wood war, Ghana, I say, ye produce no more Ghana. Now ye the 2 wood way, a Baba Toto so. Abro Mase, what Abraham Kumsi in Susiamono, where your Quanya cano for Yata Nene Dom, one more person more faso, no more good gun and Numa. Sarabeya, woman kwa na beba beya de fo wo Ghana ha. Yes, then yanka de say bio. Yes, said that Gugana Numa, yes, said that side banks, yes, said that side obi no pure water factory, be another pure water business, be a will be, yes, said that side no. Sarabeya yankwa beba beya de fo. Ewo Ghana ha. Yankwa number 2. Na Nientia Sadia ye ibano. And on a John Mahama Shasia, Wodi Hujumano. And our University of Professional Studies Accra. Wo bianco mobim was a Ghana for young Yanka Momian Shas and his uncle Mowe. Where you come, need no air day, but was ye tea. And come out for the past 30 years, I say, ye practicing democracy, multi-party system, no. And Nanka was a ye Shas, ye this is ye mamram. Na ye tutu one amount. Fisani and ye can oforiate. Can oforiate one number. But I know say what finance political party a friend no MPP. Wabra one number in actually no. Yes or no? Mama no yam pamono. Because we're a bankroller. Ebinim bebezwa yedra ye titi wo video bi na edintra. Professor from Bombwate ne obi no one office. Na omoka say party here sika. Na garanze it is a political party. Here sika di juma, wo here sika e di aye campaign. Garanze sika. And ye dey fund the political party. Sabi cocaine sika and ye dey fund the political party. Say ya mayeni anko e kwanya ye faso enye sika e dey fund the political party. One hwa ye be jai on mine no e di ahye cocaine and hwi for nsem. I'm telling you. And a hono na nkomo no Joma ama so a wo pagya de ko ba wa bra nkomo twetwe ne ko so kwabra minta kando wo ye ranking member wo health committee no so no what do mean you wisdom head joma edi nkomo and o ka say hwe no bia na nwene ho anya mistake anya mfomso se wa bra joma ama apa yes ade yi ho ntema na wo se nkomo twetwe ya se na wo ka say Ghana fo nyina mra mbeboa na womfa bibi kakra mra na womfa nya ne campaign no he no bia anwene won say we ye John Mahama kwan a wo fa so e dia sire sika na emom ye eya kwan a John Mahama e fa so ase kabi mami kabi o mamuomu kinate we.
I think it's a very sensitive discussion. Na utumi mo say is a sensitive gender mani Mahama why na dwen anya prepase sa ketasene poya ekoso o amanyose mu no obiso tu ase obia opese otu ketasene poya ase no ho na o sha ase free because political party bia no emra uhie sika e de ye adwuma no eye emra opetumi into the moment obi di sika ba be hye o party mu bebre no nipa kakra bi obiska ba hye o party mu bebre no ana o campaign mu no se yakobo ye wadom na onya 2 million na utumi ena ne wachima no wono na corruption no every ba no woman ne contract we ne nkata mu koyie ne ade chacha se nti se ye nyina bie saasem no so na yesi ye di nkomo na asomman no ape ne kumasi bra abebo ye nyina mind you mo bia misconstrue no say or say samre aye wo mu no obi mre ono sika as is Says John Dramani Mahama, Amani Panko in the campaign. And yes, I said in our can. Well, who can I send for you, oh baby, or Yama, your son, and your neck, Babel Mampany, a person you do come home. You do come on, not a beer about Pusino. You have said that boy, Niafa. Because you are young, sir. Nancy, I say, the Banco Fukumabi, and Ebini is actually not Danko Kufa by Umi. Because only minister be the own community. O manu de ben de own community. If you say mra na all your campaign no. Say you enim. Can for that role play Joe be also enim. Inti onye ba be play when you to me awie no. It is extremely difficult is not if not impossible so to promote any panel. Inti yes say ni nkomo samre. Na ye hu bia ye de ebe kwakosie. Say the be ni nyina ebe because say nyina MDC for nyina say be contribute to political party ni sasa. Anya dia sa corruption no ebekoso obi ade kakra na ke say o man no so no ni ye ne ye na man ni tumpon ya anya ne sa na ye gote sama we continue to experience what we are experiencing.
That's right. For Member of Parliament, Marketu South constituency, Honorable Jifa Gumachi, one of the Ebrana Mame Linda Forikwa for Kasa Bradan Eye Emmanuel Akwete Mokasa Brana Professor Ransford Jampo Mokasa Nafe John Muhammad didn't be able to no what would di no didn't say sumna it wisdom had that German in din common and what dying at this ebro munine kasa na adwin kwasi bra wo bra ye bra no ye ne campaign ene mpempenso bi edruye na e wo se ba sa ni kunu mom ene so nasne it is a sound komo we aba yendi na yempe sasem we ne pomasi bre tie we
Excellency John Dramani Mahama waye anadwi no in fact wabua Ghana man me ye sure so wabua man bebre so a ehwe ye ne esan say finance of political parties no ubehwe history a ewo ho a enya dia eda from kra me kai say me ye adwuma 31st no na enyema omo chiche ne enyema kiti duku ne entuma na ye chiche but by 2000 mo ho no we should do boss akese na ba ye changing the narrative of how to campaign na e de ka bebreba e na abesi na nyina akoso saa ntino ye sa crowdfunding ni na ye transparency na omo kan ye no me de hokwa na emede no. And we all saw the history of it. Ebema confidence. Abamu say me kase me di sa candidate wechi na me de ma ho de ne me do ne me sika tai nipa na chi a na wo hwe say o candidate aweni ampa enti eye pa.
Has there been any instance to be a funded or campaign? Yeah, in which way we did not pass on your appointment, na pressure being at the Bibia Basada.
Me your first time MP. Because me here deputy minister here na Professor Martina Hwacheba me tira honche me first time in 2019 na me contest yenti no eno no meka say sabe na me kunu tiase so he was my financier and then after I won no nyankopon friend nti no this is the first time I make a campaign mo a me ankasa na me bo me homode na me ma nti no I have no experience in that regard
na when mu say campaign
me ma shase na nyamencha de no me maba no ma na me kunu ma ne me ba wo mo akeka boma pa bibia brem ya me fanya me campaign tin nyame adomara no me de nje basasa
but ebi mu de ya basa ebi mu de ya de omunye obia o obejanse businessman bi o no aba honorable jiwe honorable be ya honorable no aba honorable okay eti contract we no pemame. And you have no choice that to make sure say what chinchim bibia punubi said about you kotow or kotao to when you're on the whims and caprices. What if I want to pay was a president amoto? What if I was a president da na president da? If your mama say brasso see a baby Niyama or mine and yachefa wo kwanya ye befa so ne ye di sika so political parties asene ne ya pow independent body bia wo behwe ekwanya ye befa so achiche sika no sare be ya ebeso obia so na ya pe enoma ebeboa na ye mambra na hwe na pefe yo ene akuntabuo etimasi e wo sade no so ye betie John Mahama branza no Dr. Dominic Ayene eye former deputy attorney general wabra wisdom heda dwom ene ne kasa nura anadwo no wo se se hwe ye mambra sabre ya eni eye tabuo bia ye de to anase ade bia ye de to sika dodo a wo benya wabra wo frefre dom so omomra no mo so wasene wabra wo ye o campaign eti sankomo ya abai ehu hia fi se bra so se ye betu wanamo nia ye bibia fa saade na abaya ade so titiriu wo ye mambra ni mutie no.
It is very, very expensive to run political campaigns. All right, you can imagine requiring the pitches of 300, pickups, brand new pickups, for a political party at $30,000 United States dollars per pickup. That is a huge amount of money. That's about $9 million US dollars. Now, where is the party going to find, that money from, if not from the citizens who support it? So I think that is a highly innovative idea. And I think that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has done well for the people of this country by introducing it. And I'm just hoping that it will catch up, especially with young people, that they can contribute, they can see their participation in political parties increase by way of resource donations to these parties. The issue of the inadequacies of the law have been, mentioned by all the speakers. All right, from the Constitution to the Political Parties, Act and so on.
The inadequacy of the law. Na sa no mano etimi adan ho adi but Dr. Michael Agre Yamson oye openya owo Solidar Ghana on you say sa akwanya sa we anase sa akwanya we anase sa na monto we no pa na eba beboa na hye oman Ghana kabi mami kabi amemu oni mu kena tie se de osika no
Omampani dada afutu odemaye no ehia pa wa woryan party no ewo ni si ewo sikasema fem na party ni be ye omodia. Say ye NDC o, say ye party bia wo Ghana, no kware eda ho. Enti ye ko ye nimu yi, esese ye hu se, nkakra, enipadom kitwe bi ya afa ye political parties. Aye won dia. NPP ba power omu wom, NDC ba power omu wom. Na oman no abaye omu kwa ejapade. Ni omampani da de kan se ye nyina yenye no Nobwa wonsom adwuma and SSS ya eye kwan ya ye befa so ahwe se political parties enyinara enya sika eno kire se mene wo NSS ye bo modern na ye di sika hye ye parties mu eba ni sa nipa kakra bi na ye afa parties no omo etumi ebe
no match party number so na almost mampanyi so no mo se MPB so etu ono na pede ne yebeye na yentie Dr. Kojo Asante we executive director ma CDD wo se ehwehwemu bi ene hurumu bi abimfo bi dia betudwa e kire se empempi no political parties ayeto abama omo no mo ba abamu ni enti eya na wo mo batu project A no maja ato ho no mo project for so it's simply because woman call for na woman bottom wa mo sika bebrebe no mo support woman campaign no woman na ya na hye said be yon be sa de no eti okoye project dada na emo no bokoye project fofora eye obi contract ono so benya ne twobo afrim eno na de sa de yiba tie Kojo Asante.
Under different circumstances, politicians are incentivized to undermine or abrogate existing contracts and award new contracts to financiers. And because of our multi-party democracy is structured in a way that largely entrusts civilian administration in the hands of elected leaders, it undermines the corruption fight and create policy incoherences and truncate development. The repetition of this vicious cycle means that the dividends of democracy becomes evasive for the majority of people on the continent. And I dare say that this has been our experience in Ghana over the last 30 years. The challenges that campaign financing present is not limited to democracy's dividends or democracy, but democracy itself suffers. Because the monetization of politics has largely excluded key constituents within our democratic sphere. Though women, 50.7%, or youth, 38.2%, constitute the largest segments of Ghana's population, they are the least to be represented or occupy key decision-making portfolios in government as a result of the monetization of politics. Again, the situation has given rise to a lot of distrust, not only in politicians, but also in the political process. The Afrobarometer, for example, in round 9, shows that less than 1/3 of Ghanaians have trust in political parties and elected leaders. In fact, recent observations in Kenya and in Nigeria showed a lot of young people refuse to participate in elections due to excessive monetization and corruption associated with political process. That should give us a reason to worry. These kinds of experiences tell us where our multi-party democracy is heading when we do not address the issue of campaign financing. And moreover, without proper regulation of campaign financing, fair competition in intra-party and inter-party elections all these processes are severely undermined. It affects internal party dynamics on who can participate and eventually win their primaries.
Or said any Sikabi, say, Ora Dr. Kodja Sante, and I will tell in Kano. But yeah, by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, so Mr. Munya, a year, John Mahama, party funding sources ready, Mama, Mahama funding sources. But before then, Yentie Dr. Emmanuel Akwete, our executive director, Emma Idek. I will say, was some Komoimu, Wabra Yedino, Momian, on Yensu say, a won't be here, say, the Ghana Revenue Authority, Ebeba and Komonim. No muswedi ekwanya sika no yedema parties no ekwanya besi akọ ene ni omo de beye ene ba bi e be firi aba said de beye a ye betimi asi ketasese ene proye ho kwan te said ye no wo America ene amama hodo osanso ma other recommendations you know.
Are we doing that work? This is something that must be on the table. Furthermore, if we look at what it is that regulatory bodies would have to do to ensure that the money you donated is known, what you earn, what is used for are all accounted for, does GRA have a place in looking at the financing of the parties in a positive way, not because they are committing any crime, but rather making sure that monies contributed for the cause of the nation are not privatized. They are accounted for and how they are used. This is what is happening in the democracies all over the world. We do not have those structures. So the challenge for me is, can we build these structures? Can we change our laws? That which shows that being in a party is serving a public cause. You may not be called a civil servant, but you are actually serving a bigger cause than being in a particular ministry. We have a number of recommendations in that regard. We think that the only entity, from our understanding, that must hold parties accountable for the expenditures and whatever, and which parties have also been reported not to be doing, is the EC. But post-election, the business is not elections. It is development. It is probity and accountability. And we do not have structures in place, or the education that should take place, or the institutions that should be there with staff to go around making sure that they account for what it is that they collected in the public interest.
Yetu abewia enya abatu komisa enya abatu asem ye ebio bemom eye mpuntu ho asem eye Ghana asem enti se ba kwan a ye befa so ni ahwe se political parties no aha no musika free de omudi ye nie wo mo ye no kwampa so mo ye no wo mra kwan so a enya easy ene ye be ka kere se wo no na nhwe se sa de no be koso easy de ohwe abatu so enti ye free abatu om na ye du mpempenso ye development and mpuntu om no e wo se ye de ye ni kire Ghana Revenue Authority ora ye Dr. Emmanuel Akwete and out in Canada, but yamra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama mame biana no kasa fa ye funding sources ye wiani about party funding sources ye die no
institution must be selected to administer the state resources advanced to political parties. In that regard, a sharing formula could be established to ensure fairness, and specific disclosure requirements on beneficiary parties must be imposed. This must be complemented by auditing and publication of party accounts. Ladies and gentlemen, even though I do not recommend additional state financing at this time, I accept a lot more needs to be understood regarding how political parties are financed, because these could have implications on our developmental outcomes. We must understand how politicians finance their campaigns for office and to whom they are indebted and are expected to pay back. It is therefore important we engage in a sustained discussion and build consensus on funding political parties within the context of public policy to promote good governance and democratic practice in Ghana. Regarding the needed reforms, the starting point may be Chapter 7 of Ghana's 1992 Constitution, Article 55, and also the Political Parties Act, Act 574 that regulates campaign financing. Whereas in the Constitution, room is made for non-financial support for political parties by institutions and external bodies, the Political Parties Act, Act 574, on the other hand, provides that only citizens of Ghana may make a contribution or donation to a political party registered in Ghana. According to the Act, and I quote, a non-citizen shall not directly or indirectly make a contribution or donation or loan, whether in cash or in kind, to funds held by or for the benefit of a political party, and no political party or persons acting for or on behalf of a political party shall demand or accept a contribution, donation, or loan from a non-citizen of Ghana.
Eti we nyina de enti a oka sa asem we nyina na se wo ma san komo we su nyina ne se Ghana yetimi siketa asese de proye ho kwan a aban bi anasa political party bi a yedi tumi ahye ne nsam no wo betime nya adwen fan ene asumdwie etima ye adwuma se de Ghana sipa no ba se go ba se Desmond Sowa ena party financier na Desmond Sowa ma Kwame Minkah sika na megia Desmond dani de nyina obedwo so me said Desmond Sowa apedie no eno na wo se Kwame Minkah ye eti joma ama se wono wode ne ho ye wode ne ho bo afode enye se bia wono want to be mfa sa kwan dada no so no wode ne ho bo afode eti wono no wakokodro kwan so no wapa eye na montuo bi ho ntema as say we bia se Ghana ni bia wo pese wo boa ne campaign no obetimi ama ne sika by dialing *248*5# *248*5# all networks now wetimi ama ne sika na de ama no wo se sietimi yesa de we ya oban bi betimi dum pempenso bia wo betimi nya adwemfan de aye adwuma na se aban ne nya adwemfan nya adwuma na koye amanfo interest and ode ti aban mu a eno ne yetimi dum pempenso bia aban bi to be friends and for terrorists. What to be friend and for be said, when we are to trafo and for more pan huntma and for more can of once yet we from some we are terrorists. In fact, I'm found Kobe Bikra, Yariania the Mani Ghana, the Anabamna, Akrada Kwambetanase. Watergate Committee's final report. I recommend legislative action in 3 areas: regulation of campaign activities and contributions. When Watergate committee, no Watergate America, okay, America President Dadano, Ronald Reagan, Ronald Reagan apenso. Ebro yes, I know Ronald Reagan assembly by say a kwambi so obi fa so man sika man kwaye campaign. Eti committee bi tenase. Wo mo ye hwehwe mu wie no, wo mo huru ebe gina so ka say ehwo abehia say ye betu anamo na ye hwe kwan ya ye fa so edi sika so political party asene. Enti that in 2008 ye who say President Barack Obama will be a ma kwan say obi ameboa ne kakra no one fa meboa ne campaign. Ye who say Hillary Clinton AAB, Joe Biden so AAB, Trump so AAB. Ebra so John Mahama be kwan say ebra so say Ghana yen so ye be ye bibisa wa bra ye twan say ye bedrum pempen so a Ghana koma hare no e wo sikasemu no ye be oman no state no so betima boa. No one saw political parties as any, but I was here pay independent body beer. Nanibedi sikano echi ni ahwese ye beche na so obi aso pepepe na nkoye say announce a political party e wa aban mu nti no was CPP na was PNC is a PNC na no enudom. And that is the conversation John Mahama e de abetudwa. But opanyi bia wo yekuani a wote ne baby was say sankomo no wote ye no ene John Mahama na motuo na wotuo no wote ye no eno dimirika eno ye ade we opanyi Enoch Aki Sibisa tie no
ntiama me bankran no ene se mehu John Mahama kakra metimi aye no de ma hondin betimi ade ma no se me ye bon campaign no me ye last year ana me se me tractor no eye orinti no me ntima aye ne ntem bombo dan ye fechire na me de 2 acres no na eja fertilizer ho asem yedi wontimi nto fertilizer your hormone fertilizer number 550 wontimi nto na me wie kwampo na harvest ho asem yedi de mia na me ye labor kakra nti dem pese me kire ne se saa 2 acres na me ye no enam se na minni ehun niam me de be ye nti no ye ba ni se mentima anya mo no ntem nti ye late ana afeso ye wie no yel no ye poor efi se ma anya fertilizer enguhu na mom de me wie yin na no menya kakra no mentimi nka se anya yie nti me de tena ho ewo apa yisi ho na me from Bajo Mama te me bank crime sanka me discount brano kakra menya ya no 3100 me de brano se on from one campaign afie so mbesa ye 2 acres no ama Jomama na 2024 so mbesa ye na me gidi se 2024 nyame bayi no esi ho na ekuafo kuma atom yem ekuafo bra mo bra ne hawa omunemu no no makuma atom yem efise me pese obedi president biom na dia ahwere ye nyina no ebesa ba na dia nyankopon pese dia ye na ekuafo ho tom no ekuafo ho atima tom.
Very well, kakisiba me da say wabo ma mawie me Tonton Sansan. But the money Africa so say, on also the ebe to abe for tinte video so ebo John Mahama baso wana namwa wetu. Na was say Imani Franklin Kujo tweet and was say Imani edio mahu den omunim die eni ombibia wo bia tai John Mahama chi was say John Mahama tu anamon papa hu hia wo boate political campaign ho e Ghana titru kwanya ye faso edisika shem kwanya ye faso edisika ma edi ye political campaign was John Mahama te ho wo yi fin no edi free ho eti ebra so se obi a betie no ebra so se all major network be dis ankomo no Imani omo support omo hoden omo de eta John Mahama chi e was ankomo yi ho ebusuafo we yina we so na ye de Tonton Sansan no ato apa hwi